you guys are either doing this, engaging, or absorbing, not just observing. What's happening right now? What are they saying? Oh, what they're saying is a reflection of what I was thinking. So there's no point getting in an argument with them right now because they're literally my reflection. So if I argue with my own reflection, it's like shouting at my shadow in the street. That would be fucking nuts, wouldn't it? I have a big announcement to make. I know so many of you love watching my one-to-one coaching sessions in the squad, but Facebook actually started deleting live videos out of groups, and all of my coaching videos got deleted, and all of the live Q&As that I've done over the last couple of years in the squad and in the free group all got deleted by Facebook. So we have saved every single one of them, plus all the Mentor Mondays that have gone on in the squad, plus anything else live that's happened, like success interviews. And we have compiled them all into a gigantic, bingeable video library called the Subconscious Laws Coaching Library. Woohoo! And March 3rd, when the squad new era begins, when our new era of the Subconscious Laws squad starts, a fresh new squad, you will get access as a squaddie to this bingeable content. It will be via my website. You'll have a login, and there will be 400 plus videos getting updated every single week to watch that are nowhere else. They're not on YouTube. They're not on TikTok. They're not anywhere. They're not even in the squad or the free group anymore. They are nowhere to be seen except in the coaching library. And I know so many of you watch so much manifestation content that's complete crap and confuses you. You'll click on every clickbait thumbnail and then you get confused by a new technique and this thing will happen overnight and do this thing now and do this thing now. You need solid, proper manifestation content that is aligned the same all the time, not bits and pieces from everywhere. You literally need to only hear the truth of this. And because I'm the only person teaching it, and my mentors who've been trained by me, who've learned by me, who've got success through me, are on board with me and also integrate into this library, you will only be getting one message, and that is whatever you am will manifest. And that's what we teach you inside the coaching library. So not only will you get to watch the mentors and me going live, but you get to watch my in-depth one-to-one coaching sessions, which I do not do anymore. And they're like over an hour sometimes with each person, where I dive deep into their self-concept issues and why they're not manifesting what they want. And the amount of success we've had from those coaching calls is phenomenal. So come and join the squad, the Subconscious Laws squad. You can join via my link tree at subconsciouslaws.com. And as part of your squad membership, you get access to the library, but only as a squad member. So that all starts on March 3rd. I am so fucking excited. You can go on a Loz binge, whatever you like, and you can't find these videos anywhere else. Woohoo! All right, guys, let's go to the squad again to find the Loz lesson suggestion for today, because this is where I take the suggestions for these videos. So you're having a bad day. It happens, especially during certain times for a woman. Suggestions on how to get out of it and back into the state of persisting in your new self-concept. Well, first of all, I'd like to put a caveat on that and say, stop saying when you've got your period that it's excusable to act like a fucking crazy bitch. It's not. Stop saying you're hormonal and therefore you're out of the state. Stop saying because I'm grieving, I'm out of the state. Stop saying because something happened today, I'm out of the state. Guys, it doesn't matter what's happening in your 3D or what's happening with your fucking hormones. You're meant to be being consistent. And I don't want to hear excuses as to why you're not being consistent. Because otherwise, that excuse that you have every month will come up, and every single month, like clockwork, like your period, you'll fall out of the state. Because you've got this belief that when you've got your period, you can't stay in your new persistent, new self-concept. Do you understand? You're manifesting that. I don't care if I got my period or not. I stay in the state. But you don't, because you think that time of the month affects you. Understand? Having said that, okay, fine, you fall out of the state, you get back on the horse. Now, I've done this analogy a million times. You're riding a horse, something happens, like the horse gets spooked, you get thrown off. You get back on the saddle, you grab the reins, and you ride the horse again. You do not just lie there on the ground crying about it and let your horse run off. That's what so many of you do when you fall out of the state. Now, let's go back even further. What does the state even mean? The state is the place you most often return, the place you're in, the state, like a state of being, like state of the nation, like mental state, right? State of health, right? It's the place you are right now. And when you most often return to it, it becomes a consistent state. If you don't most often return to it, it's a different state, and you're in alternate states all the time. You might be in a good state where you're feeling positive and like your manifestation's here, and then the next day you feel like you're in a shitty state where it's not working. You've got to stay consistent, because when you're in the state that's not working, it won't work. It'll get reflected out here. If you're in the state that it is working, it'll be reflected, but you've got to be consistent and persist in that, right? So those of you who don't know how to do that, this lesson is for you. So what do you do when you fall out of the state? What do you do when your thinking goes awry? What do you do when you're feeling hormonal and you can't be in the state? Well, first of all, you stop making that excuse, like I said. And secondly, you assess what you're thinking. You observe yourself. You stand outside of yourself and think, what am I thinking right now that's not helping me? Be an observer. Don't allow your mind to overtake you. Absorb is what a lot of you do, rather than observe. You literally absorb everything that's going on, and you just decide that you've been affected, and you allow your 3D or whatever the circumstances are to affect you, and you just absorb it all like a sponge. Instead of doing that, stand outside of whatever the circumstance is, whatever's happening right now, and be an observer only. Okay? Because so many of you allow yourself to get triggered, and you're literally absorbing all the shit like a sponge, and then you find it hard to wring the sponge out because you've absorbed it all. Stop being so absorbent and start being observant. Stand outside yourself like you're another person outside of your own body, looking at yourself and what you're imagining right now. Those of you who absorb everything all the time are the ones who can't stay in the state. Don't be so absorbent, and start being observant only. Okay? So if you cannot be consistent, observe. Stop yourself and observe. What is happening right now? Right now, I am thinking this isn't working. Right now, I am searching for signs in my 3D reality that it is working. And if I'm thinking that, isn't that the opposite of what I should be doing, which is imagining it's here already? If I'm searching for, is it coming? I'm not imagining it's here, am I? I'm literally being the servant of two masters and contradicting myself. So in this contradiction, I cannot possibly manifest it, because I cannot be the servant of two different thoughts, which is it's not here and it's here at the same time, which means I'm cancelling it out, and the state I'm in is causing it to not be here. Right. That's the first observation example. Second observation example would be you're about to get in a fight with someone, like your specific person, and they're saying a whole lot of shit. And you can choose to engage in that fight, or you can stand outside of yourself, watch what you're about to do, and decide to observe instead, and mostly shut your fucking pie hole. By that I mean your mouth, okay? You decide not to say anything. The best thing to do when someone is fighting with you is say, okay, I'm listening to you, or take yourself away. And don't engage, don't absorb, right? When you engage in it, it's the same as absorbing. Right? You guys are either doing this, engaging, or absorbing, not just observing. What's happening right now? What are they saying? Oh, what they're saying is a reflection of what I was thinking. So there's no point getting in an argument with them right now, because they're literally my reflection. So if I argue with my own reflection, it's like shouting at my shadow in the street. That would be fucking nuts, wouldn't it? And then you stop yourself. You guys getting this? Now, all of this would require a thing that a lot of you don't have, which is self-control. A lot of you are severely lacking in it, like you're fucking toddlers throwing toys out of a pram, like you're 2 years old. So those of you who cannot, and I repeat cannot, stop engaging, or cannot stop absorbing, and cannot simply observe, ask yourself, are you fucking 2 years old? Because that's what 2-year-olds do. I didn't get what I wanted, and they just react. So I ask you, those of you who can't stay in the state, are you a toddler in your mind, mostly? Do you react like a toddler? No, Loz, I can't help myself. Yeah, that's what toddlers do. When you're an adult, you have an element of self-control. Do you have an element of self-control? Oh, no, I just allow it to overtake me. Yeah, that's what toddlers do. Did you hear what I just fucking said? Are you an adult or aren't you? Do you have control of your mind, or are you letting it run you? Like a toddler allows its environment and its mind to run it because it doesn't know any better. You know better. Oh, yeah, I do know better. Okay, so what's your fucking excuse for acting like a toddler? For falling out of the state? For observing, for absorbing and engaging rather than observing? oh, I don't really have an excuse because I just allow things to happen to me. I just allow my emotions to take over. I am a fucking toddler in my own mind. You guys getting this? Like, Neville Goddard required you, when he taught you, to have self-discipline. I don't know that a lot of you have that. And therein lies the problem. When I was at school, I was used to having gone to dance and singing school from a very young age, from 5 years old. And I used to have to leave school early to go to this dance academy. And I was used to 5, 6, 7, 8, and dancing and rehearsing 1,000 times until you got something right. I was used to military style rehearsal. I was used to discipline. I had a very strict mother. I was used to discipline. People that I used to do school plays with, or arts festivals with, or rehearse with, used to annoy the living shit out of me because they had literally no self-control. They'd be off flirting with boys, they'd forget their lines, they wouldn't turn up on time, and it used to drive me crazy. And I used to think, what are you, 5? That's how I feel about most of you when you come in here whinging and moaning about the fact that you can't control your own mind. And you're adults, you're not high schoolers. Okay? So I ask you, those of you who come in here whinging about the fact that you can't control your own state, I ask you, when are you going to actually have what Neville Goddard expects of you when you understand the law, which is self-discipline? When are you planning on having that? Like I ask you. Because without it, you can't do this. Without it, you can't stay consistently in the new state. You'll always fall out of it, and you'll always be affected by it, your 3D reality, and you'll always be absorbing it, and you'll always be engaging with it, and you'll always lose. And so many of you watch me on YouTube who haven't watched me enough and go, you're so negative. I'm teaching you the fucking law like Neville did. Go and listen to Neville and hear how he keeps telling you you manifest the bad shit as well as the good shit. In fact, a lot of you manifest the bad shit a lot fucking easier because you're so much used to it. You're so much more used to the negative. Oh, yeah, Neville did teach that I am the only cause. No shit. So why, when he says it, you can hear it, but when I say it, you say I'm being negative? Do you want to learn, or do you just want to be lost for the rest of your fucking days without any discipline over your own mind? Don't know, guys. I've got my manifestation. You got yours? Probably not. Probably not. Harsh but true. So, it's up to you. Here endeth the rant. Okay, guys? That's my answer. Everyone and everything reflects your self-concept about you. Exactly, darling. Exactly. All right, guys. If you need help, if you want this kind of tough love on the daily, if you want people who understand the law, come and join the Subconscious Laws Squad, where the coaching library will be going live with 400 videos plus of bingeable content, and every week we'll add the Mentor Mondays and my lives and anything else we're doing inside the squad that's live will go into this library for you to binge. It's only accessible as a member. It's $50 for the month to join if you join monthly, or I highly recommend you join for the year, because if you join for the year, it's only $35 a month, and you get my yearly course, New Me, New Them. It goes for a whole year, not yearly. It's a year-long course, so you won't miss any of it. It's in there right now. Plus, you get all my lives. Plus, you get the coaching library, because you could join for a month. You're not going to get through 400 fucking videos in a month, are you? So I highly recommend you go the cheaper option, which is the yearly membership to the squad, to get access to everything that's coming, and the podcast where I will be selecting only squaddies to take part in coaching with me on the podcast, The Loz Line, coming in the new squad on March 3rd. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for following and subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.